Nestler, Lee Corso, and Kirk Herbstreit here to bring you all the action of this football game. Thursday night, the start of the college football weekend. These two teams definitely are ready to play some football down there.
Oregon State is going to be all over the quarterback in this one. Having one of the most gifted athletes at the defensive end spot makes this defense that much better. And I'll tell you what else, Brad. This guy seems to get better with every single game that he plays.
Let's get this thing started with a coin toss, sponsored by Coke Zero. Utah has lined up for the kickoff, and we're ready to get this one underway. Kicks it off, and this game is underway. He gets out to about the 32-yard line. Now let's see what kind of success this offense can have as they come out onto the field for the first time today. The offense will start at the 32. It's 1st and 10. There are 7 defensive backs on the field in this defense. King to the air on 1st down. Going deep. Tipped away.
Number 15, the intended receiver on the play.
2nd down and 10 to go. Ball on the 32. King lines up in the shotgun. 3-wide formation. Pulls it in, and he wants more. And they make the stop at about the 47-yard line. A good play to the tight end that time.
Yeah, and this is a play that we saw in practice the other day over and over again.
And as a coach, you like it when all that practice pays off and your players execute in the game like they did all week in practice. Good job.
Here's the option. 4 yards there on the old quarterback keeper.
Gain of 4 on the play.
2nd down and 6. Ball on the 49. Offset I formation in the backfield. He's looking to pass. Throws complete. He's got room to work. And down he goes around the 42-yard line. The pass is complete for 7 yards, and that'll be a 1st down.
They just dumped off a little screen pass here, and this time it worked as they got enough yards to move the chains.
They keep it on the ground with a tailback. And he is gone. He's all the way home. Touchdown. Nice call, nice blocking, and an even better run.
Those guys up front must have been hitting those sleds pretty hard in practice. The only reason this kid was able to show his big playability was because the offensive linemen executed their assignments to perfection.
He splits the uprights with the extra point. So we take a moment to check out the Pontiac drive summary. They line up to kick this one away. He kicks off. They'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. So now let's see how the offense responds as they take the field down 7-0.
Guys, I know it's early in this game, but this quarterback needs to step up and make a statement right now. A good drive could do wonders for his team's confidence.
On the ground with the tailback. He's tackled around the 36-yard line. They'll get 9 yards on the play. And a new halfback checks into the game. Run right and hit in the backfield. And that was not a good call offensively.
Nah, not a good call, only because they lost yardage. I'll tell you, I've seen plays like this where the tailback breaks one and goes for a touchdown.
You're right, Lee. You can never tell.
And we'll take a break while the injured player is attended to. First down, 10 yards to go. They're packed in tight on the line. again with a carry. Tackle made at the 50. The running back gets a yard, maybe less.
1 yard.
Yeah, not too much on that run.
With these linebackers sitting back waiting for plays like that, it'll be very hard for this offense to pick up yards on the ground.
Here's the call from the referee.
Dead ball. Delay of game on the offense.
There might have been some miscommunication down there.
And anytime there's a delay of game, it's usually because they were late getting the right personnel on the field.
Second and 14. Ball on their own 45. Going with the shotgun here. It's broken up.
This guy isn't just a threat to rush the passer, Coach.
Yeah, Kirk, this is a good lesson for those young kids out there. If you can't get past your blocker, then just put up your hands in the air and maybe you can knock the ball down.
Throws it deep downfield. Picked off by the senior.
He does it all. Intercepts passes, stops the run. I think I've seen this guy in the stand selling popcorn.
First and 10. Oregon State up 7 points. They might be coming here. He's knocked out of bounds at the 14-yard line.
This is the advantage of effectively passing the ball on early downs. You set yourself up for a lot more options on third down.
King comes to the line under center. Single set backfield. He's looking to pass. Catches it, and he's immediately tackled behind the line. Drop back a yard.
Pretty good stand there. They weren't fooled at all by the offensive play call.
They need about 3 yards to get the first down here on third down. King lines up under center. Single set backfield. And down he goes at the 23-yard line. So on third down, he finds his receiver and gets a big gain.
Yeah, we saw these guys on Wednesday in practice, and they ran this play over and over for about 20 minutes.
Well, if you can get it right in practice, then you usually can get it right in the game as well.
Tries to thread the needle, and it's not going to work. And he's taken down at the 21. Intercepted off the tip. What a great play by the D.
Way to locate the ball and come up with the pick. That is a great play right there.
It was a great play, but where was the receiver? When the ball is tipped, the receiver needs to go after it or just break up the play.
We've got a first and 10. They're packed in tight on the line. Gives it right side. He fights forward to about the 19. He gains a couple of yards on the carry.
2 on the play.
Second and 8 coming up here. Ball on the 19. This will be the first snap inside the 20 today. He's scrambling. Looks to the end zone. Interception. This game certainly didn't start the way this quarterback wanted it to.
He's certainly struggling early on. It's just something he's going to have to break out of if he wants his team to be successful today.
He's not making good reads. He's missing some receivers. He just doesn't look prepared. This kid needs to pull it together.
First and 10. The defensive back's moving in closer. Ace backfield. They go with the run. He makes his way to about the 28. A gain of 8 on the carry.
Gain of 8 on the play.
2nd and 2. Ball on their own 28. The defense is waiting on the pass. They're in the quarters defense. Pitch left. Tackle at the 39-yard line. A big gain on that one.
Just a toss to the outside. He takes the ball and turns upfield with it, showing some good acceleration and just pure speed.
Boy, that was a good play.
It's 1st and 10. Ball on their own 39. They line up with one running back in the backfield. 3 wide. Again, he'll get the call. Brought down at the 45. They call his number, and he carries for 6 yards. It's 2nd and 4. Ball on the 45-yard line. New running back now into the backfield. Passes into tight coverage, and it's going the other way. And he's tackled at the 49.
It's a good play when the corner can break up a pass, but it's even better when he can bring it in for an interception.
First down, 10 to go. Ball on the 49-yard line. Defense lines up with 8 men in the box. They go with the run. He's in the clear. And the halfback carries for a pickup of 3.
Not much at all there for the ball carrier.
Yep, he had a hole, but this senior linebacker closed that up in a hurry and made a really good tackle.
And that'll be the end of the first quarter with our score. The Beavers, 7. The Utes, nothing. There are 4 wide receivers split out. The quarterback in the gun. Can't find anyone open. Decides to tuck it in, and he's got space. I'm not sure what happened, but one of the players is hurt. We've got a 1st and 10. Ball on the 28. Well, as they take a look at that injury on the sideline, let's see what this backup can do at quarterback. Off the right side, doesn't get much. Good tackle. Picked up a yard of anything on that run. 2nd and 9. Ball on the 27-yard line. They line up in the shotgun. And it's knocked down.
Hey, Coach, they are pretty lucky that ball wasn't picked off. The receiver needs to become the defender in this type of situation.
That's true, Kirk. A little role reversal.
They line this one up in the shotgun. 4 wide receivers split out in the formation. He's at the 20. Tackled at the 13. They just couldn't get to the quarterback in time.
That's one of the things that can happen if the defense brings extra guys to rush the quarterback. The offense will have favorable matchups to get the ball downfield.
And this kid is talented enough to see those receivers. It's not easy to get the ball past those big bulldozers when they're flying right at you.
They lose 3 yards there.
3-yard loss on the play.
2nd down, 13 yards to go. This is the 8th play of this drive. They come out with 4 wide out. Scrambling around. And they make the stop at the 13-yard line. Well, he didn't get much out of that scramble.
Yo, this kid needs to learn when to scramble. He's going to end up in the hospital if he keeps getting hit like that.
There are 4 wide receivers split out. The quarterback in the gun. And he's taken down at the 5. Wow, a long game, but still not enough for the first.
Well, the offense hurt themselves by digging themselves into a hole on 1st and 2nd down, so the defense didn't really have to put too much thought in how to defend on that 3rd down.
Those 3rd and long plays are always tricky. The quarterback did a good job there of not forcing the ball and causing an interception.
My goodness, guys, that was a spectacular play by the wide receiver.
The coach has gone to great lengths to shepherd his receivers, and we've seen the results on the field.
And it doesn't matter what down it is. They couldn't get it done on 1st, 2nd, or 3rd down, but they come up big on 4th.
He makes the PAT. And now we'll take a look at the Pontiac drive summary. Utah to kick this one off. it's off. He's to the 10. Across the 30. And he's taken down at the 38. An interception cut this offense last drive short, so I think they're going to be looking for a little more success right here.
And, you know, we talk time and time again about how important turnovers are.
You know what they say? The team that commits the least amount of turnovers usually wins the game.
Tackle at about the 41. The back gets 3 on the carry.
That corner did a great job there containing the outside and not allowing the ball to get by him. That showed good discipline by this defense.
The defense comes up tight on the coverage. King steps to the line of scrimmage. Single backfield. Tackle made at the 45-yard line. How about that play?
That's a good pickup there. He just dropped back and delivered a nice throw.
Great tackle by the senior to make sure this guy couldn't rumble for any extra yards.
Got it to the senior. Someone down there just a little bit slow to get up. First down, 10 to go. Ball on the 31-yard line. The defensive back's moving in closer. Option. They bring him down in the backfield.
From a defensive coordinator standpoint, it can really help out your scheme when you get excellent run support by the corner.
Not only does this kid tell him not to throw to his side, he's telling him not to run to his side. Yo.
Second down and 12. They line up in the shotgun, 3 wide. Here's the option left. They'll bring him down at the 26-yard line. King picks up about 7 yards on the option keeper. And once again, they'll come to the line, trying to convert on third down. Single back set, 3 wide receivers. There's a strike complete. He's down. That completion was almost enough for the first.
Yeah, that's going to make the coach mad because that kid should have known where the first down marker was.
It's fourth down, and the offense is getting set to go for it. One-man backfield. Finds a man again. Big play, and it's first and goal. And a pretty smart call right there.
You're absolutely right. The reason why this play worked is that the play action froze the defense just enough to allow the receiver to get open.
It's first down. Threatening inside the 10. Expect the defense to turn it up a notch here in the red zone. Another run. They'll bring him down for a loss on the play.
Yo, that was not a very good play right there. He had hardly any room to run.
Second down, goal to go. And this is the 9th play of the current drive. King comes to the line under center. One in the backfield. King back to throw. He steps out at the 6. Looks like we've got an injured player down there. Can't tell who it is yet. The ball's on the 6-yard line, and we've got third and goal. Now we'll see how the backup can do after that injury. Complete. Touchdown, Oregon State. Well, he went to his tailback on that one.
Well, this kid's a dual threat. Not only does he run the football well, he can catch it as well as anyone on this football team.
Oregon State up 6. And he adds the extra point. And here's the Pontiac drive summary. Oregon State to kick. Decent kick. He makes it to the 35-yard line. They moved the ball very effectively on their last drive, which ended with a touchdown. The defense has been talking it over on the sideline, trying to make some corrections. Let's see if they can stop them this time.
And even though these guys are losing, they showed in their last drive that they can score. And they need to continue to be productive with this drive.
First down, look at the throw. That's a 9-yard loss.
9-yard loss on the play.
Defense looking for another sack in this second down and long situation. They line this one up in the shotgun. 4 wide receivers split out in the formation. Missed him. What an effort by the safety to get his hand on the pass.
I'll tell you what, if he doesn't get to that ball, that could have been huge.
There are 4 wide receivers split out. The quarterback in the gun. Can't find anyone open. He wants it all going long. Can't haul it in. That'll bring up 4th down.
4th down, and let me say one thing. This defense was up to the task that time in shutting down the pass play.
Yeah, they shut it down, and they got the 3 and out they were looking for.
So it's 4th down. They come out in a punt formation. He really got a hold of that one. He's out to the 30. And down he goes at the 43. Folks, let's pause now as we've reached the end of the first half. Our score at halftime, the Beavers 14, the Utes 7.
Utah 7.
Oregon State will be kicking off to start the second half. He really got a hold of that kick. Brought down at the 29-yard line. And now a slight break in the action as the offense comes out onto the field for their next possession. They'll start this drive at the 29. First down, 10 yards to go. 5 DBs on the field. They'll give it off here. And down he goes around the 31-yard line. 2-yard pickup.
Gain of 2 on the play.
2nd and 8 coming up here. Ball on the 31. From the gun. He's on the run. Looking long down the left side. Big yardage on the catch, and he's immediately pushed out of bounds. A good looking pass that time.
Well, here they do a nice job of getting the ball out to their speedy receiver, and he shows you that he not only can turn on the jets, but he's got pretty decent hands as well.
It's first down. They'll try to get it in from the 5-yard line. Another trip to the red zone. Last time, it resulted in a touchdown. Here's the tailback. Touchdown. Nice job by the offense to get the final few yards to the end zone.
Yeah, they knew what play to call for in that situation and made it work. Boy, we sure have a great game on our hands here. We couldn't have asked for a more evenly matched game up until this point.
They'll line up for the extra point in an attempt to tie the game. He makes the PAT. That score leads us to our Pontiac drive summary. Utah ready to kick this one off. Here's the kick. Taken from the 10. Tackle made at the 42. So let's see how the defense will hold up now as this offense comes out for their next drive. The defense comes up tight on the coverage. The defense has about 7 defensive backs on the field. He throws right. This will fall incomplete. There's a player shaken up on the play. Second down, 10 yards to go. Ball on the 42-yard line. Single set backfield. Makes the catch and look out. Tackle made at the 38-yard line.
Good looking arm by that quarterback. The defender was in man, so if he throws the ball behind the intended receiver on an out route, it could go the other way for 6. Nice throw and a 1st and 10.
And they use motion, and they might be coming with a blitz here. They're going to pitch it. He fights forward to about the 36. A 2-yard run by the halfback.
That was the junior that stepped up to make that tackle.
This safety is as vicious a player as you're going to find. He will make the tackle every single time.
The defense comes up tight on the coverage. The defense is waiting on the pass. They're in the quarters defense. Back to pass. And it's caught. And he's taken down around the 27-yard line.
I like it. They keep the chains moving by running the old halfback screen.
Yeah, this was a great call. From here, it looked like the defense was fooled and reacted a little bit late to the screen.
tackled around the 15-yard line.
Great play fake by this young man to keep the zone coverage honest. He throws him just long enough to find his man for a well-executed 1st and 10.
In the red zone again. Let's see if it'll be another touchdown. To the right and tackled immediately. The back gets 3 on the carry.
He was brought down there by the defensive tackle. Good play by the senior.
2nd down, about 12 yards out. The quarterback's in the gun with 3 receivers in the set. Here's the option. They'll bring him down at the 8. He keeps it on the option and picks up maybe 4. Here's the 8th play of the series. It's 3rd down. Single back set, 3 wide receivers. It's batted down, incomplete, and that makes it 4th down.
Boy, great defense on that play. They were expecting the pass, and they defended it very well by getting a hand in there to break up the play.
Oregon State could take the lead with this field goal, and it splits the uprights.
Big boost for the defense there. That should definitely help their confidence from here on out.
And now we're going to take a look at the Pontiac drive summary. And it looks like they're ready for the kickoff. Kicks it away. Tackle made at the 36. The offense now will take the field, and they hope to have the same success they had on their last drive.
And that was really quite a drive they put together on their last time out, Coach.
Yeah, that ball went coast to coast. Let's see if the offense can continue to look good this time out.
And he couldn't go anywhere on that run.
Nah, he couldn't go anywhere because there was no place for him to run. The defensive front got a good push and knocked that offensive line backwards.
And they swap out the running back now for this next play. Great pressure on the quarterback forced that incompletion.
Boy, they really pounded him on that throw.
They sure did, but somehow he got rid of the football.
They line this one up in the shotgun. 4 wide receivers split out in the formation. Now he's scrambling. Looking long down the left side. Can't haul it in.
Oh, man. Dropped passes just aren't acceptable. I don't care if you're getting hit or not.
Hey, he'll shake it off. No big deal. Watch, they'll go to him again, and he'll come up with the catch.
You know, he probably will, but there's still no excuse for the one he just dropped.
Loose football.
The return team was pretty close to choking up that fumble. It's a good thing that that sideline was nearby.
That could have been a bad one, Coach. I understand that this guy is trying to make a play, but he has to take better care of the ball right there.
Here's the give. Stiff arms, but he can't break the tackle. The delayed handoff picks up about 6 yards there. It's 2nd down and 5 to go. New running back now into the backfield. He drops back. Complete. He got hit hard.
I'll tell you, this receiver showed really good hands on that play.
This kid is always calling for the ball, and if he keeps making plays like that, he'll continue to get the ball.
The offense lines this one up in the shotgun. 3 wide receivers in the formation. They'll run the option. They'll wrestle him down in the backfield. Well, he just couldn't get much of anything there.
No, Brad, he couldn't, and I think the offensive line's going to have to hold their blocks longer than they did on that play.
They line up in the shotgun, 3 wide. And they make the stop around the 15-yard line. Our cameraman didn't even know who had the ball.
I'm pretty sure the defense didn't either. The halfback did a heck of a job faking like he was running with the ball. They were about to tackle him.
1st down, 10 to go. Ball on the 15-yard line. The kicker got him 3 points in that last red zone visit. Let's see if they can come away with 6 this time. He's taken down at the 12-yard line. That'll be a gain of 3 yards.
3-yard gain on the play.
2nd down on the 11 going in. Single set backfield. Touchdown, Oregon State.
I'm so impressed with this running back, Coach.
Let me tell you, Kirk, he got the ball a couple of moves later. He's in there for a touchdown. What a play.
And he hits the PAT. So we take a moment to check out the Pontiac drive summary. Everyone's all lined up and ready for the kickoff. He sends it off. He's tackled at the 36-yard line. The offense takes the field again. They were forced to punt their last time out.
Down 2 possessions, this offense has to step up and capitalize on this possession.
But it's the defense that has the momentum right now, Kirk. They had that big stop last time, and they're trying to do it again.
Quarterback's going to run it, and he's got room to work.
This is a nice run for the first down by this quarterback.
Gain of 12 on the play.
So with 1 quarter remaining, the count here in Salt Lake,
At the end
the
of
Oregon
third
State
quarter,
Beavers,
the score is
24,
Oregon
Utah,
State
14.
24, Utah.
It's 1st and 10. They line this one up in the shotgun. 4 wide receivers split out in the formation. He's going to try and scramble. Decides to tuck it in, and he's got space. He tried to spin by that tackle, but that wasn't working.
Quarterbacks who can run the football really change your entire defensive game plan.
From the gun. Now he tries to buy some time. Pass complete and taken down immediately.
Not that impressive of a play. Let's see if they continue to employ the short passing game or if they decide to run the ball.
There are 4 wide receivers split out. The quarterback in the gun. Back to pass. Under heavy pressure, and they got it. He just blew past the blockers and dragged the quarterback down.
Boy, excellent play by the defense here. A few extra seconds, and those receivers might have been open.
He drops back. He goes downtown. Broken out.
Wow, not a smart pass.
He thought he could squeeze it in there. I guess.
Now, the next time he does that, he better be ready to make a tackle. They'll pick him off if he's not careful.
They'll bring in their dime package. There's a player injured, but it looks like it's just a stinger. First down, 10 to go. Ball on the 24. They come out with 4 wide out. Can't find anyone open. This one is batted away. Great range as he's able to break up the pass.
I know that the safety makes a good play here, but as a receiver, you got to get in there and play some defense. He's lucky that one wasn't intercepted.
Now he's scrambling. Quarterback's going to run it, and he's got room to work. Huge play, and it's going to be 1st and goal.
This quarterback has some wheels, and he used them to pick up a first down.
Let's see if they try to pound it in here. Both teams have their goal line sets on the field. They gave it to the halfback, and he got him the score.
Boy, this kid's got great vision, and he knows how to find the end zone.
Here's the point after to try to cut this to a 3-point game. He splits the uprights with the extra point. And now we'll take a look at the Pontiac drive summary. Utah is ready to kick it away. He really got a hold of that kick. Brought down at the 32. So, fellas, what's your attitude at this point in this game?
Here's what I think, Kirk. Keep the ball on the ground, but avoid turnovers.
Yeah, they do not want to give this ball back to the other team again because they've shown that they can get it into the end zone. So they need some first downs to preserve this lead.
Back to throw. Here comes the pressure. And he's taken down at the 43.
You talk about the ultra back. This kid will block, go between the tackles, run sweeps, draws, screens, or even run receiver routes. You got to love this guy's versatility.
What do you think, Kirk? I think that deserves a yo.
Throws right, intercepted. And down he goes at the 48. Why would you make a pass like that when you've got the lead?
It's simple. You don't. That was not a good choice by the quarterback.
It sure wasn't. Call another play. Dump the ball short. Call a draw play. Run a sweep. Something. But don't put the ball in the air where the defense can make a play.
They come out in a goal line set. Off the right side, doesn't get much. Good tackle. That looks like a 1-yard gain.
1-yard gain on the play.
2nd and 9 coming up here. Going with the shotgun here. Gets it. He's in space. He's taken down at the 31.
I like the call here by the defense to bring the heat with the outside linebacker. It was just a better call by the offense, and that's why it's a first down.
They're packed in tight on the line. And we'll take a break while the injured players attended to. Second and 11. They line this one up in the shotgun. 4 wide receivers split out in the formation. Interception off the deflection. He steps up and makes a big turnover.
Yeah, he just made a huge play right there. He knew what was coming all along.
You can't throw interceptions like that. You just can't.
We've got a 1st and 10. Ball on the 33. King lines up in the shotgun. 3 receivers split out. King looks to have been shaken up a bit on that play. It's 2nd and 9. Ball on the 34-yard line. Now we'll see how the backup can do after that injury. Plenty of time in the pocket. Intercepted. Tackle right around the 44-yard line. That interception breathes new life into this team.
I'm not quite sure I would have made that pass. It obviously wasn't open. This quarterback's got to be more conservative with the ball when they have the lead late in the game like this.
First down, 10 to go. Ball on the 44-yard line. There are 4 wide receivers split out. The quarterback in the gun. He's going to try and scramble. Batted away.
How about that defense?
That's why he's on the field, to make plays like that.
On the play.
2nd down and 10 to go. Ball on the 44. They line this one up in the shotgun. 4 wide receivers split out in the formation. Throws it deep. Missed him.
The pass ball incomplete. Number 2, the intended receiver on the play.
Pretty obvious passing down here as they're faced with 3rd and long. There are 4 wide receivers split out. The quarterback in the gun. Now he's scrambling. Hit as he throws. It's picked off. It's the junior. Got the corner. And that is an absolutely huge turnover for this defense. They couldn't have picked that off at a better time.
Just a horrible decision by the quarterback trying to force that pass, especially at this point in the game. Why did he throw that pass?
Yeah, this is not the time for an interception. Now this offense has a chance to get back into the game.
And when you make plays like these, young men, you end up being named the Russell Athletic Player of the Game. Throwing on the run, and he pulls it in. And he's taken down at the 33. A nice completion there.
Yeah, and I tell you what, that defense has got to adjust their coverage a little bit. They can't continue to let this happen.
Lee, you're right. They've got to mix it up. Try to confuse the timing of this offense.
It's 2nd and 2. Ball on the 33. Oregon State has a 3-point lead. A little over a minute in the game. He fights forward to about the 30. What a critical first down as time ticks away.
Huge, huge first down. The defense desperately needed a stop there.
1st and 10. 2 tight end set. He's tackled at the 16-yard line. I don't know how he came up with that one.
I'll tell you, good hands and a little luck. He was well covered. Not much else the defense could do in that kind of play.
First down, 10 yards to go. Looks like the defense is only going to pressure with 3 linemen. Straight run, nothing going on there. And the halfback carries for a pickup of 3.
And the ball carrier wasn't getting away from that tackle.
No way. That was a spectacular hit by the defender.
1-man backfield. Tried to sidestep by there, but a good tackle on the play. 4-yard gain by the back. And this one's all but wrapped up with the final score, Oregon State 24, Utah 21. So as we take a look at our Pontiac game-changing performance, Lee, what'd you think of this one?
I thought this one would be a blowout. Oregon State really struggled in this football game, and they almost got beat by a team much worse than they are. But remember this, almost doesn't count in college football.
Well, that concludes another game of NCAA Football 09. For Kirk and Lee, I'm Brad Nessler saying goodbye, everybody.
Thank you for attending today's ball game. Please drive home safely.